Knock a nigga lights out like I'm Tyson. 10 niggas, 10 straps, we ain't fighting. I can't explain it in my life, it be trifling. 10 bands in my face trying to excite me. Smiling in my face, but they don't like me. A nigga make a move and I'ma strike. You heard about legitimate, forgot about fact.
Gang. Very 20 seconds.
So we coming to the end of 2023.
2023.
Damn,
Feels fucking weird saying that even.
I know the years be going by too fast.
Especially that we're in the fucking roaring 20s right now. It's very strange thinking.
We are.
I'm not a fan of the 20s right now.
How was your holidays?
It was good, I guess. I went to Temecula, spent like a couple days there. I left Christmas Eve, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
To hang out with my boy Charles, my client for my work, for Christmas because no one else was gonna hang out with him. But yeah, it was chill. It was weird being back home, but I haven't been there since before the pandemic. So
that's how long you've been? 4 years?
Yeah, I was talking to my mom. I was like, when was the last time I came here? And she was like, it was 2019. And I was like, what
Damn.
the fuck? Yeah. So it's been a long time. What about you though? Did you,
I went back to Fresno, drove everywhere. My family spread out throughout Fresno County. So like I drove all the way to like Burl, Parlier, Fresno. I passed by Los Banos. I passed by Gilroy. Go 152. I'm just like out everywhere, taking pictures along the way.
Oh, you did a lot of picture taking too.
Yeah. I'll stop and take a photo here and there. So like on my medium, like my big cameras that I have, my medium format, my 6x9.
Were you just doing like landscapes?
Yeah, landscapes. I was doing like mostly landscapes, cool. And then with the family and stuff, I took a lot of photos, take portraits. So people are used to me now taking photos. So they're like, they want me to take pictures.
Yeah, they're like, come on, bro. Where's the pictures?
When I first started taking a lot of photos around people, they're like kind of like, why am I taking photos? And then it's like now everyone's like used to it, so they like want me to take photos. So it was pretty fun.
When you were like really little, were you taking pictures kind of a lot too, or were like your family like trying to be like, oh, Aaron's good at taking pictures, let him do it? No, not at all.
Not at all. I didn't take any photos when I was younger. The reason what kind of pushed me to start taking more photos is that my girlfriend used to get so mad that I was so horrible at taking photos on like iPhone photos.
Really?
I was really bad.
That's
like,
funny.
Really, really bad. And she would always used to be like mad and be like, hi, like what's going on? Like you can't like take a regular photo. And I just couldn't do it. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try. And so I figured it out, and from there I realized like, oh, I do take photos on my phone. I had like thousands of photos in there, and I'm like, I actually do take photos. It's like same thing as like phones replace like that quick like digicams that were popular in like the early to like mid 2000s of like, you know, like those cool pics and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I used to definitely. Well, I didn't have them, but my parents had them.
Yeah,
I was only saying because like my parents, I like to take photos when I was little, but of like random anything, you know? So like eventually they were like, ooh, use Adam to take the picture. He's good at taking pictures. So I'd always be like, okay. But iPhone, I still can't take pictures on for sure.
Yeah, I still lack on the iPhone. Like I feel because I don't have no control on it. Like
it's so awkward.
Like I really do suck at taking it. But at the same time, I don't remember taking a lot of photos when I was younger. I didn't have a camera.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember my aunt taking photos all the time, and I thought that was really cool. I remember Polaroids when I was younger. That was like fun.
Yeah.
So anytime I had a Polaroid, I would try to use it.
Yeah, do all that. That was always fun for sure.
Yeah, so like I guess it's just something that I just started and I like, and you know, make it a hobby, and
now it's
a obsession hobby. And
yeah.
It became too expensive. And
yeah, hey, I'm feeling you on that. I'm like so much in debt right now because of all my stuff.
When did you get really into taking photos? When you were like, oh, I actually kind of good at it, and I want to take it a little bit more serious.
It was kind of like that. The thing that was actually really funny about it is when I was in high school, I had an Android. So like, you know, like you kind of get dogged now and back then, I guess too. And it's like, oh, like you don't have the iPhone, like blah, blah, blah. So like my cameras were always really crappy and I couldn't take very good photos. So when I turned, I think I was like 16 or 17. It was when I got my first job. One of the first things that I was like saving for was for a camera. And it was specifically so I could post shit on Instagram. It's because I was like, I want that quality on my feed.
Did it work?
Yeah. Oh, it worked really good for a while. I was like balling. Everyone in fucking Temecula was like, damn, like this dude's got crazy cool pictures. And it was just like, oh yeah, I'm a cameraman, like blah, blah, blah. You know?
Shit.
So it was cool for a minute, but then I didn't really do much shit with it until, you know, I started making clothes. Then I was like, oh shit, I know how to take pictures and close, you know.
That's when it started. It started to click for you more.
Yeah, that's when I started taking it like actually serious, and I was like, oh, like let me get an angle over here, and let me, you know what I mean. I wasn't really thinking like that.
I've always been more of like recording stuff rather than taking photos. So even when like the recording wasn't not a thing on Instagram, like video, like sharing like stories or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like what kind of got me into like more videos was kind of like Snapchat. Like
really,
you know, like Snapchat. You know, everyone do videos on there. Like that was kind of like the thing. That's where I was like,
definitely did like that too.
I was kind of, that got me. And then there was something before that you could only do like 7 seconds.
Yeah, Vine
got me. I was like really I got really into that for like a second.
Yeah, me too.
And making like short videos, and that was kind of like a start of like, hey, there's actually something really cool to that. I've always really been into YouTube. I've watched videos all the time, but I never thought like I could I could make videos and put them on YouTube, or I never thought I could do photos and shit like that. So
that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't understand like how I progressed into that, because I never was like,
you're never thinking about it.
Yeah, I never was taking photos. Like I never took photos. I wish I took photos when I was in my like early 20s. I wish I documented more of my like early college life.
I definitely feel that. Me too.
Because I was like, the way I had to like, you know, the environments I was in, the struggle, the being a collegiate athlete at like 19 years old, trying to figure it out. Like that would have been really cool to document that process. And that's what I kind of miss. And that's why I'm like so focused on it now, because I'm trying to document more of life, because you know, things change so quick. Family members pass away, and it's like
people change how they look too, you know.
Yeah,
like the looks change all the time.
Yeah, it's craziness. So like I don't go back home often, so every time I go back home, like things are always like, people are like changing, like getting older, and you're like, it's crazy. So you go back and your little niece and nephews are growing up, and you're like, what the hell,
bro? Did you just like real quick off of that? I remember like when my cousin was like really really little, right? We used to be like really close. Like he'd always come up to me, talk to me for like video game stuff, like just anything. Like was like the sweetest kid ever. And then maybe he got to like, it was when he hit puberty. He was like 13 or 14. He totally stopped talking to me.
You were
like,
cool in the morning.
Yeah, I was just like, hey. And I'd just be like, hey, Cuddy, like, what's going on, bro? Like, blah, blah, blah. And he'd just be like, all right. And he'd just leave. And I'd be like, what the fuck?
He was like, nah, we're not doing this.
Yeah, I don't understand like why that changes so much, but like I understand like that's
that
like
teenage angst.
Yeah, it's a weird time, I guess. I remember I was definitely angsty. I feel like I'm still a little angsty when I'm in Temecula for sure. It was
yeah, I remember going through that change too. I've always been a very like extroverted person. I remember I've always like clowning around or being around people, but I remember that teenage time where I was like, it was like emo was pretty big at times, so I was like very like into my emo scene phase. Into my like my phase of being sad all the time. And
did you have like your emo bands, can I ask?
Yeah.
What were your favorite emo bands?
Scaring Kids.
Sorry, I've never heard of that.
I was into
Seozen.
I was into
I know that band.
Who sings Ohio for Lovers?
I don't know what that song is.
I forgot their name for a minute. Under Oath was really big. I was like super into them. Pierce the Veil. There's so many.
I think I was a poser because like I also quote unquote liked that music when I was like in early middle schoolish area. And so I liked stuff that was like, I think that most kids I think knew about though. Like I liked like Slipknot, Korn. That was probably my big.
I honestly didn't start liking those bands until like now.
Really?
Yeah, like now I listen to it. Like so for like my birthday, I want to go to Vegas because they're doing a show. Slipknot's gonna be there. System of the Down.
That'd be cool.
All kinds of bands, and I'm just like, I fuck with that, and I really want to go as an adult.
I would love to go to a Slipknot show. They actually put on like a performance. They have like the masks.
It's gonna be fucking. I think it'd be sick. It'd be a bunch of hungover 40-year-olds fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Headbanging and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the back. I'm not gonna get it. Hurting. But like the reason why I was like really into that phase when I was younger, I went to a lot of shows like at an early age, like 13 years old to like 13 to like 16. I went to a lot of shows, a lot of like festivals and stuff.
The hardcore shows.
Yeah, like the hardcore shows and all that stuff. And I've seen a really good band. I've seen like really good live music.
Yeah.
And Fresno, there was like this little place called the Belmont.
I think you talked to me.
Yeah, I talked to that a lot. And I just remember just being blown away as a little kid, just being like, as a teenager, just watching it. And like, I didn't drink, I didn't do drugs back then. Like, I was a kid, but I was just like, oh, this is amazing. That was like, I'll listen to this forever. And
listen to and you did. No, I'm just playing. You still do, I bet. From
time
to time.
I do. It wasn't on my Spotify this year, but last year it was. I was like, oh
this
shit.
Year it's coming. No, I'm just playing. Did you ever see like crazy like at a hardcore show? You know how like they get in the pit and stuff, and they like punch.
I've seen people knocked out.
Yeah, you seen. Okay.
I've seen people get knocked the fuck out. I remember I was at a festival in Bakersfield, and it was after the Cottonmouth Kings. And
Cottonmouth King. Yeah, I know the Cottonmouth Kings.
It was after. I think it was after them, because I remember they had played before, and there was like a band went after them that was actually pretty hard, and they
they were like Cottonmouth Kings. Fuck.
No, they were like metal or something.
No,
they were like they were metal, or I think they were like hardcore, and they were playing. And I remember these two bald, big ass, tall white dudes were just like stomping around in the pit, and I remember just like nerdy fucking regular, like probably 30-year-old dude, maybe. I'm thinking back then everyone looked hella old to me.
Yeah.
He was an older guy, and he was just like, in the pit, pushing around,
punching and shit.
Not punching, he was just like pushing around and stuff. He was in the wrong place, wrong time, because one of those dudes, he was just like trying to knock out someone, and he saw that dude, and I remember being like close by, and I just remember him just one punch and him just boom. And then I just remember someone from one of the bands, because everyone, I think this was like, I forgot who this was, but it was like an older band, so like a lot of other bands came to watch it, because it was like a legendary band.
Yeah.
And so a couple of band members, I just remember rushing to go help that dude, because he just like knocked out instantly. And these dudes, like everyone like surrounded them, and it was like it, not a brawl broke out, but like it got really serious in the moment. But I remember watching Fishbone there, and it was fucking sick.
Damn, this is crazy.
It was sick. I was like, the saxophone was going hard. But
I mean, saxes do be going hard.
Yeah, but no, I watched so many great bands in that time in Bakersfield. It was cool. I remember I had no money. I couldn't eat or anything. I remember I went to the whole day without eating anything. I was like, that's how it is to be a young kid. I don't even remember. I just remember getting water like free somehow.
Hey, you do need water. So
yeah.
I remember
it was a tough time.
Yeah, no, exactly. I only asked because I remember I had this coworker, and she was super into like hardcore heavy metal stuff. And she went to this show, and she was also like a really sweet girl, right? Like she's a tiny little white girl. And so she's at this show, and I guess she got in the pit, and someone like smacked her real hard, and like all of her front teeth fell out. Like the first like 8 of them.
See, that's what I'm scared of. Like, even when I was younger, I would be in like pits and stuff and do stuff, but I wasn't like punching or swinging. And when people would swing at me, I would get out of the way. Or
for real, I'd be like, it's time for me to leave.
Yeah, it was like different. I hated that. But I remember I had probably talked to this about before when I talked about the Belmont show. I remember being there, and that was like that night I was with one of my buddies or high school buddies that I grew up with, and this girl kept punching us both in the back. And I remember she punched him in the head, and he got mad, and he turned around. He didn't know it was a girl though. He turned around and he punched the person. And she started like instantly started gushing, and he was just like, shouldn't have punched me. And we're like 13 years old. We're all the same age. And I just remember being like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, this is fucked up.
This is all fucked up. I mean, he felt bad. Like he apologized and everything, but
that's such like a knee-jerk reaction though. You keep punching me, I'm going to.
She kept punching both of us, but she just happened to hit him back of the head, and he just like turned around and popped her. And I was just like, yeah, it wasn't unnecessary. Like, what kind of like these shows? It was. I was like, dang, like it was just too much. But I just remember I thought it was so hard, like with the bandana on my head, and like I thought that was fucking sick, dude.
Bro, no, yeah, we all had some
with my tight ass jeans.
Controversial choices. Oh yeah.
You had to wear jeans were so tight you had to sag because they couldn't fit.
For real, and then you just look like you have a baby diaper in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember those days. The
were you a sagger? Like, wear tight jeans?
Oh yeah, I remember. I was really bad actually, because I would get jeans that were a little too big for me. My parents always had like this thing where they were like, oh, you'll grow into them. So I'd always get like something that's maybe 2 or 3 inches too big for me or whatever. And people would like literally teachers, like teachers, principals would come up to me and be like, yo, this is a problem. Like, pull up your pants. And it wasn't even like, you know how like when you sag your pants, it's usually just your butt showing. It'd be like my dick was out. and I would just, I don't know why. I thought that was like, I'd be like, this is okay. This is totally fine.
Are you good?
Yeah. As a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, I definitely did not have it.
Yeah, you're going to get a file.
I mean, yeah, for real. As a 13-year-old, you're actually already a predator, just to let you know. Yeah.
That's fucking wild, dude.
I was not. I was like still trying to get it, I think, as like a middle schooler. When
you're still trying to figure it out?
Yeah. When the tight jeans were in, I was like just starting to get into like, oh, like I should probably dress well. You know what I mean?
Well, I never really liked sagging. I was like never really my thing. Like I would do it because my pants would be too tight and you had to every once in a while. But
yeah,
I hated it, and I liked always wearing like normal. Like I don't know. I just never got the appeal of it.
So wait, when was it enough for you where you're like, all right, we gotta hang the skinny jeans up? Like fuck this.
No, I wore skinny jeans honestly till when did Gen Z started making fun of millennials for skinny jeans?
Just recently.
Yeah, that's when that's literally when I recently stopped wearing just skinny jeans.
Really?
I didn't wear like
that's what made you stop, was the Gen Z's bullying us?
Well, I realized I was like, maybe it's time to change, because I don't really buy a lot of clothes or recycle a lot of clothes. I usually wear like
the same thing for
and the skinny jeans I had, like I had like one pair left over that were like super skinny.
Okay.
That I'd wear every once in a while when I was like out of like most of my clothes.
Yeah.
It was like the backup pair of clothes that you have when you don't want to do laundry.
Yeah, definitely.
But a lot of the clothes I had were just like slim or skinny slim.
Okay.
Not like super skinny, but like that, a lot of the clothes I had were just slim because I'm like,
that's kind of right.
My legs are skinny, my hips and like everything else is skinny. So like if I wear slim or skinny jeans, everything, I'm just gonna look like my pants are gonna look tight like normally.
Yeah.
So I was used to that forever. So I wore that. Now I'm like buying like straight leg.
Yeah, I see you're more of a straight leg person.
Yeah, more of a straight leg. It's more comfortable, and I'm just like, it feels good again.
So much more comfortable.
It's I was like, why did I wear all these like?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, it didn't make no sense. The only thing I wear that would be like slim or tighter on is like dress pants. I don't wear dress pants like baggy.
Of course.
But I wear dress pants when I wear to work and stuff. I wear them like
that's
fitted.
Understandable.
But like now, like honestly, it was like 2-3 years ago when I stopped wearing like skinny.
That's so weird to think about.
And I don't have a. I still might have like a pair or two of like skinny jeans.
Yeah.
But I rarely wear them. I rather get straight jeans.
Interesting.
And because like honestly, what happened the past couple of years too is like my waist has been fluctuating. Like
me too.
I'll be at 32, and then sometimes I'll be at 34, and then sometimes I'll be like back to like a 30, and it just depends on like my. I didn't realize how much I'll fluctuate, because sometimes I'll try to put my pants on in the morning and like I was like, they won't go on. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've noticed that so much, especially this year, especially when I stopped drinking. Because like,
you lost a lot of weight,
bro, so fast. My pants, I was like, I wore like a 34 usually, and that was starting to get tight on me to the point where I was like, oh, I need to go to the 36. But then I stopped drinking, and I immediately, like, now I'm like in a 30 and I'm chilling.
I've been to a 36. Like I remember one point where I had to buy 36s because 34s weren't fitting, and it felt weird. I was like,
you're
what the fuck?
I'm getting there. I'm getting to that age. Yeah.
But like now I'll fucking fit in I'll make sure.
You're like, now it's time to start working out again.
Suck in the fupa and just.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, that shit is too real.
Nah, that was it. Like I was fluctuating a lot, so now the pants are that way. But honestly, I'm still dripped in Goodfellow. That's all I wear now. It's all the pants I buy.
Goodfellow is actually a hella good brand. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Those are the best plain t-shirts you can get. Goodfellow for a fact.
Yeah, I'm dripped. Goodfellow right here.
Up, bro. No, yeah.
Nah, I just honestly, because the Target's just easier. I used to buy a lot of my stuff from Ross down the street, but they closed it.
Okay.
And so now I just go to Target, and then. But lately, over the past couple of years, I've honestly bought a lot of my stuff thrifted. Like a lot of the pants that I have all been thrifted, which is great.
That is
At
great.
the same time, it sucks because I never try anything on.
Oh, you don't try it on? You're just like,
I'm
this will fit.
It'll fit. And I get home and I'm like, it don't fit.
This doesn't really fit.
Or if I wash it, because you wash it afterwards, and I shrink it, and I'm like, fuck. So then I have to donate it back.
You gotta learn the golden rule for washing. When you wash, what do you do?
I'm a horrible washer. Like my girlfriend hates, because like we do our own laundry separate, and she will not let me do her laundry because she was like, you're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
So basically, I throw everything together. I put it on cold. You
don't care about colors or anything.
I don't give a fuck. Okay. I put everything together. I put it on cold.
That's good.
And then I put it in the dryer, and I've learned to put it on the lowest heat for like 65 minutes.
65. Okay. Yeah.
And I let it tumble, and then sometimes will be the only thing I dry on high heat is like blankets, towels, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't give a fuck. But like my jackets, I'm very delicate with them. Yeah. But I also this year or the past couple years, I invested in a lot of like 49er and Giants jackets, which I put a lot of money into them.
Yeah.
And I've never really buy anything myself expensive, but like I've been buying like expensive jackets, and the ones I have are super nice, and they're like vintage ones, and I don't want them to
fuck up.
So I really do take care of them. I will literally wash one by itself if I had to. Like, I don't give a fuck. That's People get mad at me at the laundromat.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the mixing colors is crazy, but
I don't fucking have time. I mean, I do have time. I don't give a fuck.
Two at once.
The only time I ever fucked up a shirt was like it was like a white shirt.
Yeah,
and
it turned pink. A white shirt, or it's a black shirt and it fades. That's usually the thing.
That's the problem too. A lot of my black shirts have been fading.
Well, maybe if you put them with only other blacks.
That's why they fade.
I mean, usually, yeah, you have to keep it with black. I hear Jay's calling me. He wants to probably come into the potty.
Yeah. Bring him in.
Yeah, you want to pause it?
We'll pause it.
Hey, look, this is what Aaron got me for Christmas. It's a little picture book.
That's super cute.
Right? We gotta add some more to it. I look so tired in this one. These are cool though, for sure. The Griffey Miggy Alizé. Cuties. Also, it's so strange to see how much my hair has changed in like 1 year.
It has been.
It's been a whole year of changing.
I feel like you've been doing that a lot, like the last
couple years.
Yeah. You go through like a couple different hair phases all in the span of like one.
I honestly wanna. Is this?
Yeah, your hair is a hella. I remember you had like the fade and then
the fade. I loved the fade. I honestly would love to go back to it, but
it's so crazy.
Yeah.
When I first met him, his hair was
long as fuck, right?
It was hella long.
You also had
drugs. I had my hair locked up, and it was like the top, like the top. Like
yeah, just the pot. That's how my hair was. Yeah, we had the same exact hair,
basically. Same hair.
Oh shit.
Different flavors of the hair. What's happening, Pod? What's happening?
Frosty are probably now most visited guest at this point.
I know. This is a way to end the year.
I love this show.
Yeah, we love it. Right. There we go.
Yeah, now we're talking about fucking. What the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about
laundry, huh?
Oh yeah, we're talking about how we do our laundry. Wow, that's a great way to break that up. Let's not talk about laundry anymore.
Well, hit me with like 5 seconds and don't go overboard about
laundry.
Yeah, because you said laundry, and first thing I thought I was about like, oh, I just put all my laundry away.
We were saying like, what's the correct way to do laundry?
That's my shit fades, and he was
he was saying that he's fucking up his shit all the time.
Oh, you just turn it inside out, and then you don't.
Inside out is a great idea. Yeah.
You wash it on like tap cold.
Put blacks with blacks. Put whites with white. I mean, I know that sounds wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, but you need to segregate the laundry. If you want
you have to say for the colors like that you want to keep.
I put all my shit together, and it comes out. Fuck.
This shit is 1950 in the laundry room.
It comes out fucked up.
Yeah.
You're like, no, like my girlfriend. Like I was telling him, like my girlfriend, we do separate laundries, but like sometimes I'm like, hey, I'll do your, do it again. She's like, no, you're not fucking doing my laundry.
Yeah.
She's like, you're fucking my shit, and I was like, all right,
that's
fair enough. Fair enough.
See, I do all of our laundry because it all just congregates into the same hamper.
Yeah.
And the main problem is that sometimes, like when she has like a small strap on it, it'll get caught in a lint trap and get off, and I feel bad.
Yeah. I know how that goes.
But I'm pretty good about like keep all the lights with the lights and the darks with the darks, and it's also pretty easy because like a lot of my clothes are very dark. She wears lighter colors, so it's like I don't even have to really stress that hard about like, oh, this is basically just a load of your clothes plus my whites,
Yeah. I couldn't fucking figure it out. Like I was like, some of the stuff I don't even know how to fucking fold. I'm like, what the fuck?
That is a problem I feel like women, that we have as men. We're like, what is this?
Like how do you fold like this?
I'm just gonna try and make it into a little square and hope for the best.
They're like, it's not a foldable. It's a you just put it.
You just put it away, or you hang it up.
I'd be rolling
like
my
I'm not. Yeah, exactly.
So are you doing a female collection this year, or like?
I'm planning on it. I don't have it like set like made yet, but it's the most annoying thing is just size. To be honest with you, I was like, I recently it wasn't like a fight or anything, but like I'd gotten like kind of like annoyed with my manufacturer because like Shayla asked for something specifically. And I was like, oh, okay, we can just make this one-off specifically for you. And like, you can have it and it'll be your thing. And I get it. And she wanted it specifically in like a men's large.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, like that's easy. It's a men's large t-shirt. That's all you need, like with a little design on it. And then we get it. And it's like too tight on me, and I wear a large, and then on her,
Did they make it like a women's large?
I think that I told them that it was for my girlfriend, so I think like I was like making amends, but I think they were like, oh, she's probably gonna have it, you know what I mean? Like they're like thinking their own thing.
I thought Do you make like more like gender like neutral like?
I try to make it as gender neutral as possible, but like that usually caters more into like the men's favor than it does into the women's.
Yeah, so that's fucked. But were you able to get another shirt from it, or?
I'm getting one made like right now, but like that's like the biggest thing I've had to tell him this year is like, bro, I understand that you think you know sizes, but you don't, obviously, because this is the wrong size. Too,
like the cultural differences too. So like, where are you getting yours?
Pakistan.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cultural difference in there. That's like, I think you wear this size.
Yeah. I think for them, specifically, I'm not like going to say that I totally know, but I've noticed what it is like, it's long enough. It's always long enough. It's never a like problem on the length.
Where they cut it like on the shoulders?
No. That's what I'm talking about though. Like I'm saying like it'll go down to where it needs to go, but the shoulders are the problem. I think they're like still like pretty small this way, but they may have like a little belly, who knows? But then we're like wide and big. So it's like you need to accommodate for both things. Like you're accommodating for one part, but you're not accommodating for.
I was wondering if like those places they have like a structure put in place already, so they all make the same.
I think it is.
So they like if you're doing like a women's large, it's all the same.
I think they do have it die cut like that, but that's why you have to like be like, this isn't working. Work with this, like go up a size or like shorten it here, but widen it here. You know what I mean?
I just want to say that fucking jacket is fire. Cool.
What the fuck? Dying Breed. Y'all don't make this no more, but
I've never heard of them. Are they an SF brand?
Yeah, nah. It's Dying Breed. It's like they run out of.
Familiar.
They run out of like where the Dirty Pigeon used to be. It's like what? That's the only place that I've ever known.
Weren't they the ones that had the drama with the whole copying of the?
No, that was
that was a different.
All right, sorry, I apologize.
No.
That was all the.
That was Daily City people. Don't trust those Daily
City. My bad. I apologize.
Were you better just compliment a jacket or say it like falls nice? Because I feel like
no, like it looks like a vintage jacket mixed with the modern, like a modern style, like with like a vintage style and the modern, like
that's why I was like, this is a cookies thing.
No, it's not cookies. Shouts out cookies, but no, it's Dying Breed.
Well, Dying Breed is so good
they put a cookies in Fresno. We went, and one thing I love about cookies, I'm not a bit like I don't smoke weed or nothing, but I love the merchandise. So like,
merchandise is great.
They have. They're selling beanies and shirts of the old Fresno Grizzlies, which is a minor league baseball team there. Oh, cool. And they have it's hard to find them now, but like the old school logo had like the bear claw like scratch in so it has a Fresno with the bear claw in it, like scratch, and it says like Fresno cookies on it, and I was like,
that's fire,
so fucking fire, like shit like that. Nah, because they didn't have any more shirts. They only had a beanie, but like they were like, yeah, we're not getting another shipment for like another 4 months. And I'm like, fuck,
that sucks.
But I was like. That's one thing I like about cookies is how every place you go to, their merch is specific to the location. I've been to San Diego one. San Diego was really cool.
Yeah.
And just like different parts, even like the San Francisco location. Like I bought for my family members, I bought them a couple like San Francisco cookies.
I think
like a 49er one, shit like that.
Don't they have they have 2 cookies in San Francisco, don't they? Or am I tripping?
One
on Hate.
Well, it's like they got the clothes on one section of Hate, and then they got the Dro on the other section of Hate.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. Because I was remembering, I was like, I always remember that they'd have like cookies Hate stuff.
Well, they have burners on Hate, which is like because they can't call it cookies because there's an actual cookies 415. And there was like a lawsuit or something where they can't call it.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember
something
that.
Stupid like that. But I don't know if they sell merchandise at the main place that they have like the clothing brand store. But there you can find like fucking everything, which is pretty fucking cool. But I like how they keep pushing shit out there. Like they have duffel bags. They have
they're taking it to like new levels. I do appreciate that.
Trays and everything. Are you gonna get into trays?
I want to get in trays. Yeah, I think that'd be easy as fuck. Especially fucking Jada's ass has that fucking resin thing. I could
like my roommate. She does ceramics and she makes I'll grab her at the moment. Like this is what she makes.
You know what I do want to make this year that I haven't is I want to.
She makes these.
Oh, these are cool.
Super tough.
Yeah, but that'd be fun as fuck. She made one recently, and she put like a sad clown inside of it.
That's cool.
So like, imagine making these, but with your logo inside of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You have to find like a thing to stamp in or something, maybe.
That'd I think she hand painted it or something, but.
I don't know how good I'd be. She'd be making hand painting a fucking devil inside a fucking thing.
Try doing like 5 of them.
For real. I'd be no, this year I think it'd be cool to get into like I wanna take a note from Cammie. Jay's girlfriend, and I want to get into like crocheting. I want to get in those hats right now are so cool. I'm fucking with them so heavy.
She was looking at some patterns on Pinterest, and I was like, I'll wear that.
Yeah,
like, I can't wear it with my hair like this. I'll wear the hell out of that. And it's not just because like I'm starting to see like hella men and like rappers popping up.
It is.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll show you a picture.
Like a crocheted bucket hat.
Yeah,
I feel like
Lil Russell's wearing them a lot right now.
Lil Yachty wear them a lot. I feel like I've seen Guap Dad in
dude,
them.
this
like,
whole year, Lil Russell like blew up.
Yeah,
his social media presence, like he was doing really like he's a model for people to try to like emulate because he organically grew that shit. That was crazy.
Just got to his 1 million followers.
That part.
Congratulations.
And it's crazy. I see a lot of people from my hometown that follow him too. Now I'm like, oh, it's like it's not just a Bay Area thing. Like he's
everywhere.
He's growing like platform is.
When Jules was like, this was like a couple years ago, and he was like sending me a picture of like him slapping Lil Russell. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
That's dope. yeah, that is crazy.
You see Jules is DJing now?
I did see that.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
He was out in Africa. His homie, or our homie, I should say. He's my friend too now.
He's your friend too.
He is my friend. For sure. But he bought a shirt for me a while ago, the KKND one with like the and he wore it out in fucking Africa while he was DJing.
Oh, so
it was super cool looking.
My friend, she really wanted the Rebel purple sweater.
Yeah,
so I
your
got
friend
it.
from
The one,
Japan,
yeah, she lives in Japan right now, and I forgot to ask her because she said she was gonna send me one in the winter. I'm gonna ask her to send me one from Japan.
Yeah, I fucking definitely need to see a pics.
That'd be sick. I'm telling her she's really good at taking pictures and stuff too. So I'm gonna tell her to do it like somewhere pretty sick.
Yeah, in Japan, that'd be fucking sick. I definitely need that shit.
Double status worldwide now.
There you go. I wore that shit in Mexico. I was in Ensenada.
That's fucking bang as fuck. Hell yeah.
The fucking Mexican flag in the background.
Yeah, damn, that'd be so fucking fire actually to like get more like do the cookies thing where it's like you could do like a design for a place.
That's what I was like kind of like referencing to is like how they're able to brand it individually, but also create the global brand for it.
Yeah,
but have the individuality of it or whatever.
Yeah. Make it's like special to a spot, so it's like more unique to that spot.
Because every cookies is individually owned, so they franchise it.
Franchised. Yeah.
So like that
really
makes
cool
a lot
too.
more sense on like how the merchandise and everything is made up. It's not just cookies. It's not just cookies SF. It's like cookies wherever location you're at.
Yeah.
Which is like as a business model or like when you're trying to sell stuff, especially when all the stuff is kind of similar. How do you make it different?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like a big thing we're getting into. I mean, this year / I don't know, more in the future. I don't know. It's been like kind of tough because like. I was just having this conversation with what's his name, TYSF. I had to go on their podcast. Shout out to the young shotty from the SCO.
She's one of the best rappers, honestly.
She raps real good. Yeah, she's crazy good. But we were talking about it, and like it was funny because she's like, she was like saying that she doesn't see a lot of designers in San Francisco, and I was like, you see a lot of them. The problem is that they only do it for San Francisco. I think that's like I'm not going to say like the biggest difference, but like I think that is a big difference between someone that's from San Francisco and then like
LA designer, just
like a designer in general. Like I feel like us like in general. I don't know if you guys see it, but like there's like Mac, and then there's like Almost Famous or fucking I'm trying to think of like Cookies. Like Beano World. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. These are like designers that like they're from the Bay and they love the Bay and they show love to the Bay, but they don't make it only for the Bay. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, I've seen people like LA, people that have like their brand and stuff, and it's like they never talk about LA in the brand like at all.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's all individualized or like specifically the brand. And I get it to a certain point because like in LA it's kind of really hard to stand out if you only do LA stuff.
Yeah.
But like
I think it's a bigger pocket maybe, but I just feel like that's kind of like boring and. I don't know, like you can do it. Ooh, you can do it.
Just fucking always getting car accidents out here.
I was like, damn, that was loud as fuck. But I'm not saying that you can't do it or you shouldn't do it. I think you should for sure. But when you get stuck in that pocket, especially when your like name is like based off of where you're from and stuff, it's like, where are you gonna go with this? Because you can get everyone in San Francisco, but then that's like what out of 1 million people
keep coming back and buying a slightly different similar T-shirt. Honestly, that model's worked for hella long though because the Bay is
there's a lot of pride here,
and like everybody's always trying to put on for their people. So it's like it's like you might be able to get like one shirt out of somebody that you don't really know that well, but they're more likely to buy like 3 of their homies hoodies movies. Like I'm a really good example of that because like I'm always
you're like the master of layaway too. You're like, hey, so I'm gonna grab this, but I'm gonna pay for it later. And it's just like, okay,
you know, because I'd rather support
my affirm payments.
Exactly. Support someone that I know before I like try to just like line somebody pockets if I don't like. I could think your shirt is cool, but like, what do I just think your shirt is cool? Or like, and maybe I'm just different like that, where it's like I care a little bit too much about like what's behind it, or it's like even wanting to just like support. I get that. A local brand, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a local brand either. I thought I was like trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's crazy because somebody stopped me in the liquor store the other day and they was like, oh yeah, I really like that because even before I liked the Warriors because of the movie, and like it all got wrapped up in this jacket. I was like, oh, that's crazy. That's really like how many other people could, you know, not that man's story is not special, but like how many other people feel that way. So many locals, and it's like it's one of those things where it's like, you know, putting something like that on, it's like, oh, it's more special than if I'm wearing fucking just some designer drip. You know what I'm saying?
One thing that I got into this year, like lately, is like workwear stuff, and I really
they come back.
I really like I identify with like the working class, and so like to me, it's like personal. I like that shit. I like the wear of it. I've been really getting into like Ben Davis. I don't love Ben Davis. I had like a Carhartt beanie, but I'm not a really big fan of Carhartt. Carhartt's cool, but it's like I'll leave that for I'll leave it for, you know.
I'll leave it for the others. The others can have it.
They do got some good
Ben Davis is cool, but I never find enough.
I fucking fuck with. So there's a guy I found that sells it like a lot.
Oh, really?
And he's on Instagram. I think it's Frisco Ben. He's so fucking sick. So I bought a couple of like the 2-pocket like work shirts that are like really sick.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he has specific like Frisco Ben Davis like stuff. Pants. And like there's fire. Also Ben Davis from Japan that was like at the thrift store that they have right here on Haight. That's Chameleon. Yeah.
Oh,
they have the vintage from like straight. So like
homies.
Finding stuff like that. That's like, I think that's like really fucking like sick, and it's a really cool investment. And they're like really made pretty well. And I like
Ben Davis made
that, and then also Dickies. Like my girl bought me like a Dickies jacket for Christmas, and they're like, I've been like really, really into that lately, but I wanted to like explore that more, and I'm like wondering who's gonna be that next, like
the workwear
brand
icon.
Like, is it? I understand like workwear is gonna go, and then it's gonna like fade out like eventually.
It'll do its thing. It'll do the wave.
Yeah.
People will always buy workwear as long as
exactly. Especially like it goes from like workwear is fashionable to workwear is essential, like functional, essential, functional, and then back to fashionable. You know?
Yeah, I just got like a actual Carhartt. I know I was like talking shit for Carhartt a minute ago, but like I actually got a Carhartt apron for work for like bartending. So I was like,
for
a black one. It's pretty fucking sick.
That is sick. Damn, what the fuck? Yeah. You gotta see. I brought an apron.
I'm fucking hyped. I was like, I'm hyped off this apron. I'm like,
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's like
I've never really heard of that. A Ben Davis or a Carhartt fucking
all black one. Like, it's pretty fucking sick.
It's for like welding or something.
I was about to say. That's the type of shit that Cammy's mama uses.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it has all these pockets and shit. Like it's perfect for what you need.
Yeah, that is fucking cool. But damn, for fucking bartending and shit, that's super industrial.
I'm tired of fucking like like when you're pouring beer and the people don't realize is like when you pour it and the cake like blows, it spits out right directly at you.
Oh, does it?
And there's many times where I'm just drenched.
Damn.
Every fucking week it happens to me, and I hate it.
Every week.
So much. I fucking hate it.
Thank God I'm not a bartender.
Yeah, it's not cool at all. And you get all the all the nasty foam, the little
shit. Spit up foam.
The spit. It was like, fuck.
Yeah, that does not sound good at all.
Yeah, that, or I just randomly spilling shit on me, or if I need something like a little extra, a little pick, so I could, be extra with it. I'm trying to get more into the craft.
Yeah. Ooh, are you gonna talk to Hot Bay Area this year and see if you can make a beer or something?
They're in their works for he's doing one with I don't know if they talked about it yet.
Aft.
They already talked about it? Okay,
I did see them lightly talk about it, but I don't know if they have confirmed.
No, they're doing something really cool. Like, yeah.
Well, are you gonna make a Cutty Convos beer, bro? No, I'm just like,
I mean, I could talk to Hop about it. I mean,
Escape from SF is a great name for a beer.
That is true.
That'd be really sick.
Think about it, like I mean, because of all the names of beers,
Oh hell yeah.
Like that, like,
people would go for that for sure. Even people that hate San Francisco would be like, I have to escape from San Francisco.
I would definitely like to talk to Mitch more about it and to get it, because he's the guy. Like if you're into the craft, if you're interested in that, if you want to try to do business, like he's
super
connected and he knows a lot of people and he's just a good fucking person when it comes to that. He's super nice, yeah. Like he knows his shit.
One time we were at a show. It was one of our shows. It was the Camp Kuma show. I think he was at, and
is it the Rio, right?
Yeah, I was at El Rio, and he had came up and talked to me for like a couple seconds. Then we were chopping it up, and I brought something very lightly up about like hops beer. And then he like went into like a 15-minute conversation. He was like, "Oh, you don't understand, like hops is bull." And it was like great. Like I loved it like 100%. But it was so like funny and like great to see someone who's like so like
passionate about this shit.
Yeah, passionate about it. I was like, damn, like I love seeing like you just take hold of a conversation to talk to me about hops for 15 minutes.
No, that's I could literally be that way about the most mundane shit. Like I could talk to someone about cameras, like especially like film cameras, and for a while, and then I realized like they don't give a fuck.
Definitely get into that into this this podcast. I'd be wondering sometimes we'll be like, ooh, 13 millimeters of blah blah, and people are like, people are like, all right, I'm gonna
like, what's wrong with this?
I'm gonna silence this for a little minute while I'm watching. Next it up.
What do you got planned for this next year coming up?
This next year, damn, I got so much music that like I feel like it's always mixing in visuals. It's always mixing in visuals. Making the music and collecting the music isn't that difficult. And I feel like it took me maybe like an extra year to just hold on to a lot of music and be like, well, now I have like different vibes and I could push a different vibe of like 3, 4, 5 songs, and then I could push another vibe of like 3, 4, 5 songs that's like a different vibe, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm always thinking about like the energy of how people listen to music. And when I listen to an album, if it's just all over the place, I'm gonna be like, this isn't really it. Like I like this song here, I like that song there, but I don't like the way it flows. And people's always talking super hard about like the flow of a project,
the cohesiveness.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, people don't even really want to sit and listen to like 30 minutes of music like that for real. Like people isn't like myself, unless I really like the artist, and I kind of know that about myself. Like I will get distracted if it's like a little bit too long or a little bit too many songs. So like 3 to 5 songs, you know what I'm saying, of like this is all like some Afro beats inspired ass production, and you know you're doing some singing crooning type shit on it, or like this is like super atmospheric, kind of like not like vampire music for real, but like something that's like dark and more sad. And then this is like some slaps, you know what I'm saying? And having every, you know, I got like 3 different vibes planned, you know what I'm saying?
Are you going to drop them on the same project together, or are you going to separate it?
I'm trying to keep it separate, just because I'm thinking about like if I'm listening for like 15 minutes to one thing, I'm just gonna like want to listen to all the things that kind of sound similar. And for me too, it's like I've organized it in a way where it's like you could tell where my brain was for this. If I try to do it like chronologically or really just like mix different vibes, I feel like I'm gonna get a little bit fed up with it, because like that's kind of what happened. That's what happened when I put out my debut project. I was like, the thread, like there has to be a thread. If there's not a thread, then it's easy to lose the idea. And that thread was like, Colo produced all this shit.
Yeah.
This is me working with all these people, but Colo was in the room every single time for all these songs. And if he wasn't, he got in the room later or was like on his beat. You know
he's one of the most quiet ones, but he fucking gets down. Like
I think he's thinking of Coley. Colo's ass.
Oh, okay.
Do not be shut. Not
Never mind.
I love Coley. Coley, get the fuck down. You know what's funny is
like I've seen him at his shows because he's quiet, but like he fucking
when he talking about Coley. Colo's the one that be talking to everyone. Hey, what are you doing?
Colo like this.
Okay, never mind.
Coley's real tight lipped.
I always get the names fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
It's one
Coley
letter.
Colo.
It's one letter. It's difficult.
No, but Adam had mentioned something that he wants to listen to 2 albums every day.
It's my new thing. I've listened to like 5 albums. It's been kind of cool.
I have a hard problem like when I'm listening to music to listen it all the way through, especially if it's like if I'm listening to on YouTube or listening on Spotify, because it's so easy for me to change it.
Click off, yeah.
What I've been doing lately, or I did prior, was that like if I have the record I can't change it, so it plays it through, where I can listen to it that way. Or I do it where like I'll play it on somewhere far from me. Like I'll play YouTube on the TV, but I'll make sure I'm playing the same person.
Yeah.
So I can't fuck with it because I want to listen to it, but if I have that need to want to be switching shit, and I don't know why I can't fucking get off that shit. I think that's
like all of us.
I want to like
got some ADHD type shit.
Yeah, it's like I'm fucking ingrained to keep doing that, and I want to make sure that I'm actually putting thought into like listening to someone's album, because a lot of people are telling a story in their album.
Yeah.
And if you're not listening to it through, you're just listening. You know, you're not really grasping like the concept or what they're trying.
What's going on here? Yeah. It's kind of funny too, because like, so I just started doing this. Like, I don't know. I think I started 3 days ago or something like that. And it's kind of cool to like see the differences, because I've noticed I listened to like a newer album to start it off. I started with like a 2023 album. It was this, it's this group called Group Therapy, I think their name is. It was a really good album, and it was really cohesive and it worked. But then I listened to like another album that they had that was a little bit earlier, and it was not cohesive at all, and it was very like, I don't like this, like this is boring me. And then I went to like older albums, like from different artists. I listened to B2K today, listened to to a B2K album, and like I was like so surprised.
That dancing group?
Yeah, with Omarion. It was so good though. Like they had like a theme going. Like they put it through the whole way. There were songs that I was like, okay, I don't really like this.
Dude, they used to dress hella fucking good too.
The all white or the all black, bro. It was crazy. I was fucking with it.
No, but like the cohesion made a difference.
Yeah, no, but that's what I was noticing. I'm like, damn, like I love that. Like you guys, even if I didn't like some of the songs, I was like, oh, at least I know like this is what you're doing for this part of the album. And then, you know, I'd move on to the next song and be like, oh, okay, this is still in loop. And it's
were albums created for people to listen to it from the beginning to the end?
I mean, I think that was the original intent, but I think as time has gone by, we're in like, you know, the new TikTok era. So it's like, they don't even want to listen to the whole song. They'll listen to 30 seconds of the song, you know?
Oh, I don't even do that. I feel like I think it's not even like TikTok's fault. It's iTunes' fault for fucking it up and making us pay for like each individual song.
99 cents per song.
Yeah, because then it's like I can only buy one song. I'm gonna buy the song on this album that's featuring one of my favorite artists because this is kind of cool, but I really like this artist. It could have been like the most bun song on the album, but that's like the dice I rolled when I bought that thing rather than like buying the album or pirating it. But like, you know.
I think that's the biggest change. And then also I'm starting to see people when they're dropping projects, they're only dropping a few songs at a time. They're not no more dropping like
3 pieces, 4 pieces.
When's the last time you saw someone drop an album that has like 16 songs or like 17, like, you know, like a mixtape or like
I'm not gonna lie, I've been almost listening to Kamaya's album exclusively, and that's like 17 songs.
How is it? Is it really good?
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's super good. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but that should be on my.
See, I want to listen to a long album like that too. I've been listening to a lot of people that been putting out little like short.
Yeah.
Like.
I think we're just in that consumable area. But yeah, I think if you have something of substance to say, like Kamaya, that was literally like a sequel to her best project. Like, of course, that's gonna, I mean, I would hope it fucking hits hard. But everything I've heard off of it is fucking smackable.
Holds candle to that. And I feel like also with all these artists, myself included, that's just trying to get some attention. Short bits is the only way to go with such a fickle market. And that's why even I'm like being very candid about it. It's like, you could be an amazing X, Y, Z, but if I'm not really feeling it in that moment, I'm gonna skip and listen to something.
Yeah. How do you grab the attention of someone, and how someone could blow up off of a TikTok song? And then you listen to their other music and you're like,
what is this?
Yeah, it does not sound anything like this happened to me many times where I'm like, I'm gonna listen to more, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
For real, dead ass.
I mean, hey, that's just how it is. Whatever reason a song blew up, for whatever reason, like it had something, but it doesn't necessarily mean the artist, like the whole catalog sounds like that. I feel like that's the way it's been for me since I was fucking looking for artists on SoundCloud to listen to, because it's like, I really like this song, and then I listened to the rest of your discography, and I was
nothing like that.
Well, like in the TikTok age now, some of the older artists that would hit would be Soulja Boy. Like his songs in the TikTok age.
I mean, it's gonna hit any year.
I figured it's gonna recycle back, but I feel like his songs would have been like crazy on you know.
Haven't some of them been going like re-viral, or am I tripping?
Probably. I mean. I mean, he's always in the news about something. You know, he's a social media expert.
Even like in the time that he went off, it's like his numbers was crazy at a time when nobody else
was doing that.
Yeah, that was like the first time ever people are doing shit like that.
So it's like
everyone was
back and like continuing to succeed. Every time there's like a change in the platform, he's like, I still got the keys.
For real.
I still got the keys.
I love how he's always like, I was the first rapper.
I was the first to ever do it. Yeah, that was.
And sometimes it's like, oh yeah, he was, but like a lot of times probably not. But
there was a lot of times he was definitely capping, but there was a lot of times where I was like, okay, that is true though. You are right.
But like that type of movement is something that, you know, you see nowadays is like you have to capture attention quickly of the individual or else they're not going to grasp onto it.
Yeah.
But if you listen to older music or older genres of like artists and stuff, if you're listening to like their old albums, can you still listen to it the same way you listen to music now? Like, are you able to enjoy it like thoroughly, or you're only listening to like their hit songs that they have of their era, their time? Like, if you're listening to like say Michael Jackson or something, like someone famous, are you listening to like their hits, or are you listening to like their old, like some of the albums?
I think that varies like from person to person, but also album to album. You know what I mean? Like, if you have like, obviously people are going to Michael Jackson for the Michael Jackson hits, you know what I mean? But I bet you there are still a lot of people that are like, yo, Thriller, that's the album, or Dangerous, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I think it depends on what it is, you know? If something's of substance, I think people are still gonna listen to it. I know a lot of people are still probably listening to like Good Kid, Mad City front to back.
I fucking love that. Was one of the albums where I listened to it from front. Like, when it first came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was
for
like,
real.
It helps paint a picture of like what life was, you know, for that individual in that time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it made so many suburban kids thinking that like they want to live that life. And it's like, but he comes out like later albums talking about like to get out from
he's like, yo, this
being
was
trapped
really
in
fucked
there,
up. Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It is funny to think about that. I remember when that album first came out, I was dating this girl at the time, and I told her that I was making music. And she saw the album cover, and I had like, my mom and dad had the same minivan, so they're like, oh my god, is this your music? And I was like, no, but do you want, like, and she was like, damn, I wish this was. Yeah. For real.
So
for real.
my one of my friends has a really good story of like how they're able to get that album before it got released somehow. Like, they legally downloaded somehow, and they had the album before, like a month before it got released or something. But they're in Santa Barbara, I think for Halloween time, and they're like at a party, and they're playing music, and like guess someone's like phone or whatever they're playing music back then died, and like, can someone else play music? And my friend was like all drunk, and he was like, hey, I got this music, and he played it, and everyone was loving it. He was like, no one heard it. And it was crazy. Like, I was like, I wish I could have more of those moments where you're playing new music for the first time, and people are just reaction. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I kind of get like that when y'all are at a concert sometimes, depending on the thing. Like when you did the "I'm Too Dang for You" song, the way everyone was vibing to that, I was like, yes, yes.
Do you love that feeling?
Were they vibing to that?
Yes.
I remember just looking at people's faces. They were like,
when we're talking about the Blunts and More show.
Yes,
that's when people started turning up.
Yo, that's crazy to me, because I remember talking to me as soon as we were done. He was like, yeah, that's the exact reaction you want, where people would just look, what the fuck? Because that's like,
people were at first like, what is happening? But then like when you start getting into it, people were like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. Okay. No,
does that happen a lot? Like when you're playing your music, do you like that feeling?
All the time. I mean, it's one of those things where I kind of because I've been making music for a little minute, so it's like, I remember especially when I first started making music, and I got laughed at low key by my friends. And so it's one of those things where for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna put it, and I just have to put the wall up really quick and like know that I fucked with it enough to like.
To even get it shared,
to export it off my fucking phone, you know, or off my computer, you know what I'm saying? But so when someone tells me like, oh no, this is actually really tough, or I like this, you know what I'm saying? Because like, people say, oh, that's good to something that's mid all the time, but it's like, you know, I love when people get genuinely excited for it, you know what I'm saying? If it makes you move,
that it's hot.
That's like all time high, because like, you know, people don't really like to dance or move, but it's like, you know that someone really fucking with it if they're like even bopping their head, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like the nonverbal shit that makes me more, that like gives me that pleasure. You know what I'm saying? What
you just remind me of was like, you know, you said you've been doing it for a minute, and I saw a video of Kelly J and Frack.
Oh, when they were like 14 or something.
Yeah, you see like, and then they way transition into with the song they did now. I was like, dude, that's so fucking sick of like the evolution of you as an artist of like.
So, fun fact, I went to high school with them. They were seniors when I was a freshman, and it was super cool because like even then, it's like, you know, I remember seeing that video at one point in that year, because like they were rapping the whole time. Like, you know, that was like some of my biggest inspirations, especially like, you know, being able to watch them do their shit, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like watching them continue to get better is one of my favorite things. Like, you know, like that to tie it into another thing I wanted to say is like, there's like a little list of people that I want to like really like get in the studio with, that I've been like writing down and rewriting and like adding shit to, and like, cause like I want to really, like I really do, now that I've worked with myself and with Rebel Status Hello much, I want to like collaborate with other people and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
No, that'd be fucking sick of like getting to that point of fucking just going out and doing it. And what I realized over the years now is like, we set new goals and ideas for ourselves for the new year, but the realization is like reality hits, and it takes a couple of years for things to come to fruition. Yeah. Like a lot of this, took years in the making to get to the point where we could just barely, sit down and even just do like this type of podcast. Like years ago, I didn't have this equipment or the camera and stuff like that, but you may do what you got. Yeah. But as you go over time and you start building, start gaining your tools and getting better at what you do, it's like opens up opportunities,
bunch of doors,
and like new experiences that you're like, damn, I wish I would have got this. I wish I would have been able to do this like years ago when I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But now that it's happening for you, it's like you're thankful that you have the opportunity to actually do it.
Yeah.
And so you're just seeing people like, growing up as an artist and seeing you guys, like seeing your shows from like the beginning to like now, it's like, it's still fucking great to see how, just see the growth of your guys' shows, see you guys like out Rio, like, seeing people come out and just fucking do their thing. And it's like, that to me is fucking sick as fuck.
Yeah, no, I agree. It definitely has been quite the journey for all of us, I would say, definitely been cool to think about like things that we used to ask for, like are like things that are very minuscule and like day to day for us now. You know what I mean? Definitely. I was just talking to these dudes. Do you know the Vans and Weed podcast at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was talking to them a little while ago, and they were talking to me about how like they always used to like, dream of like getting shared by like this or that platform. And like they told me that Thistler has hit them up now and is like, yo, like, can you like make your podcast on our channel? And they're like, what the fuck? Like, and it's like, it's so crazy to think like how tables turn for people, like
that shit would turn quick. Like,
really fast.
It's like if people treat you a certain way and it's like, until they actually, you're actually hot, or
you're actually hot
they need something, like, actually, we actually can do business. And some of it, I get it, like, if you don't have any platform or anything, like, what can you actually offer? Because it's not always a one way, it's like a two way. But at the same time, it's like some people are very disingenuous or greedy at what they want until they see what they could get from you, and they're like, yeah, exactly. All right, actually, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, they want the whole fucking cow that you just fucking like grew or whatever. It's like, man, come on now, you can get a piece of it when it's all over, but
yeah. How about you become part of my
for real? How about you get in on this real quick?
Yeah, no, that's what's up. But you say that you're gonna put on a different project. Do you have like a timeline of like when you're gonna start dropping things, or are you just still working on the?
I think it would be cool if I could get something done by the spring, something done by the summer, and then something done by the time winter comes around again.
Doing a little season packages right now.
I feel like that would be the best.
It's nice.
I mean, only because like there's so many different feelings for me that like happen throughout the year where it's like not that I'm a different person, but like I'll be feeling different things when the sun's out more and it's a little warmer.
I feel you. Exactly. That's how it be. I don't want to be taking pictures in the wintertime. It's fucking sucks. When the light goes down, it's like, oh fuck, I can't even go outside.
Time to go. Yeah, it's 4:00. Time to fucking go home, I guess.
Yeah. But sunset. That kind of reminded me, like, it's like what Professor Gable did, right? He like dropped it in different, like his different projects throughout the year, like that kind of.
Oh yeah, how he like split it up.
It's the Larry June model, if I'm gonna be real.
That's what he's been doing.
It's honestly the Larry June model, because
start out strong with the Rebel project.
That's
Gangy gang.
That's really the only way to start, is with the group project, and then everybody else is gonna drop their own shit. I really feel like that's gonna be the way for us as a group, though, because like Griffin got a project that they ready to put out
with their new video too.
Colo got a project that I know Colo and Miggy have a whole project. Colo has a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
Miggy's got to drop some stuff too. Sing it.
I know, right? I feel like once we put out the that group project, everything else is just going to flow supernatural, because we've been putting so much effort into like putting this one thing out that like encapsulates us as a group. And then I don't know, it's like for me personally, I just feel like I'm gonna want to like have like Cooking should be dropped in the fucking summer, because it's like a super vibing ass song. But then cook. Like another song, I don't even know if you know, but one song I have with Nick, like that's just a sad song. So it's like I would either want to put that out like when it's all rainy and shit in the spring, or like when it gets cold again in the winter, you know what I'm saying? And I was kind of hoping that like I could do it like on the tail end of the winter. So, I think I'm just ready to I need to get, camera in front of me a few more times to like pair it with some of these videos, because I know like the one part where I do be lacking, it's like I could be ready to drop all this music.
Do you have your visuals and everything ready?
That's the thing that get talked
about. I
have absolutely nothing but album covers ready. You know what I'm saying?
So for artists now, should they encompass all that? Should they have visuals? Should they have a marketing behind it? Should they have, like a plan put in place instead of just dropping music, but dropping it all together where it wraps, like encompasses what you're trying to, your vision behind it? Like whether it be, I understand music videos are like, they're time consuming, they're expensive, or dropping like visuals, just like a graphic art of like what you're doing, or a photo shoot of what you're visioning and stuff like that. Like for you as an artist, like does that matter as far as like when you're pushing your art out there?
Yeah, it's like the biggest thing, because people will only want to believe what they see. And I feel like it's like at different points in time, I've either like focused more heavily on like, this is what you see me doing, versus like, I'm just actually working a lot and like making a lot of music, or like trying to fine tune the music, or I'm taking a lot of pictures myself, but they're just not of me. And they might have my music or like have the process, but like I'm not posting them anywhere. So nobody's even like seeing any of it. It's like, I could tell people, it's like, yeah, I did like at least 7-8 performances this year, which is already
it's kind of a lot
more than whatever we were doing the year before.
Yeah,
well, more than what most people do. But like there was a point where it was like I was getting footage of like me doing these shows, but like I've dropped damn near none of it because it was like I didn't have the time to cut it up. You know what I'm saying? And what I really want to do is just like, this is what I did this last year. Like put it all at the same time, because I wasn't in flow enough to like be on the social media while also be creating. Because I feel like, honestly, I did take a step back. But like, I don't have any new fans because nobody new is seeing me make the music. Nobody is like listening to the music. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to my music, it's because you heard the things that I dropped last year. And maybe some of the other things that I dropped, or you came to a show and you like did this, that, and the third. But like, it's hard because it's like, if you try to catch somebody's attention while you on social media, you can be like, yeah, go to this link right here. But if you just come to the show and I'm like, yeah, you like that song, get it here. Chances are it's like you kind of just need a physical thing to QR code it to even, because I know that's the way my brain works. It's like, I'm the type of person that if I'm really fucking with it, I'm gonna search you right there while you're still performing. I'm gonna find your name and I'm gonna find the song that I think it is, and I'm gonna at least cue it up. So when I leave, it's already there, and I don't, because my memory is terrible. I know everybody else's memory terrible because we all consuming too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that, or I'm gonna buy merch. Like I'm gonna support in any way. So if I really vibe with someone, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna support. The way to do it is like get merch, or go somewhere or talk to the person.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Like on social media, like when people do put out links, the reality is most people don't click on the links because they won't.
I think it's a 10%.
Yeah,
they say.
Yeah, it's really hard because it's like, you're making someone go from one app to another, and that little friction has caused a lot of people to like, I'll do it later, but later turns into something
never
else.
Comes. Yeah,
and it's like, how can he package that without getting them a link and be like, here, consume this, do it the Russell way, where he attacks it from everything, like everywhere you're going. Like I see him, even though it's different on each one, but like on Twitter, I see him there. On Instagram, I see him there. Those are the ones main apps that I'm on, but like. Also, like, I'm hearing about them in like different spaces as well, like even outside of social media. It's like, that's a model where it's like, not everyone should do it, or not everyone's able to do that.
Yeah.
But to get some inspiration from it is like,
you can pick up something
from it where you can grow as an artist. But just any type of art, any person that's doing some type of art should pick up from whatever else is doing, whether it's music, whether you're doing fashion, whether you're doing photography, whether you're doing it doesn't matter. Just follow some type of model that he's doing, and bringing in community. And I think that will go a long way for individuals of like trying to build an audience or a fan base, but also just to get people get your art in front of people's eyes. That's the biggest thing. Is like, how do you push it out there where people could see what you're doing? That's the hardest part.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's a tough thing, but we're learning how to do these things. I don't think like there's any perfect way to like 1-to-1 ratio, like LaRussell's like quote unquote perfect algorithm. But like, I would say just pick and choose like what you like can get from it. You're obviously not going to pick up every single thing, but if you see something and you're like, oh, maybe I should try this.
Is there another artist that is like really good at marketing himself that's not LaRussell, that's doing a different style?
I mean, Larry. But Larry's doing it, in a completely different way. I think Larry's mastered like the art of like doing nothing for it though. You know what I mean? Like he's the type of person where it's like, I'm an orange, I'm healthy. We're going to turn up, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be in a healthy way. It's going to be expensive. Yeah. Nice cars. He like set it up as a perfect theme. You know what I mean? Like where it's when you think of these things, like, oh, I think of Larry. When if someone's like organic, my first thought is going to be like organic. Yeah. Organic. Yeah.
When I knew Larry was like getting bigger is when people were arguing in the comments of like talking shit about talking shit about Larry, like, oh, he's blah, blah, blah. And then he had other fans coming in and be like,
hey, fuck
blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, that's when you're making as when you have fans like going, I was like, oh shit, like that's when he's making a movement where it's like, and these people, I'm clicking on their bio, I'm just seeing where they're from. They're like, not from the Bay Area, they're from all the people that were talking shit was like someone from another state, and then another state was defending. And I was like, that's
because it's like not just a Bay thing.
For real.
Yeah,
I kind of always look at that for Bay Area artists. I'll look on like my following, because you know how it says like mutual. I'll count. I'll be like, how many of these people aren't in the Bay? And then however many it is, I'm like, okay, like you might be this big, like, you know.
No, for sure.
That's my biggest thing.
But I do want to say, like, if you want to get some shots in, we should do it before the sun changes.
Might as well.
Right now, it's probably like the best type of light.
Yeah, I'm down.
Super smooth.
I'm downy down. I got some stuff. You want to look at some stuff here? Wait, I do want to show you something because you said apron, so I brought something.
Yeah.
This is a gift. No, I'm just playing. It's not really a gift, but it's something for me and Afty, technically. It's our new aprons.
Cooking.
They're a little different. Let me.
Ooh, you put out some new ones? Ooh.
These aren't out yet. We were talking about it, but we just haven't had the time because we're both so busy. But yeah, it'll be cute. It'll be nice. I was thinking we could just take some pictures real quick, just so he can have it and I can have it.
Yeah.
That egg's not looking very edible, but other than that,
it's looking colorful.
Colorful.
Nah, it looks good enough.
Look colorful.
Yeah, it's doing its thing. But yeah, so
sometimes presentation is not everything.
This is true.
I'm not gonna eat that egg though.
I'm not gonna eat the egg, but you'll wear the egg. Yeah, I got some other stuff too.
Everybody eats.
Gangrene
around me.
Ooh, with the rebel on the. I didn't even see the rebel patch on the side.
Yeah, on the side. He was like, you need to add a little something to it. But yeah, that's it. And then obviously I got the fucking puffer and stuff. But hey, so yeah, pickies.
Dang.
Thanks again. Obviously we'll keep trying to do this more in the new year.
Put us out on a good note.
Should I mean, we listened to 20 Second Gym on the way. I have to do something more positive. What's a positive Bay Area person?
A whole lot of M's by Kamaya. And
there we go. Thank you, Kamaya.
Young nigga with a lot of M's.
Also, shouts out to Quake. Thank you for letting this come together.
Yeah.
What'd you say it's called?
A whole lot of M's towards the back.
Towards the back. There it is. Oh, with Greedo? Yeah.
It's like groupies every Friday. This one. Raining game in Cali.
Young nigga want a lot of M's. Hey, I want a whole lot of commas. You wasn't there for the struggle, I'm a comma. Nerves big, got me taking ashwagandha. From the projects, that's how it is. Hey, they let us see you down under. They build you up and break you down when you come up. Make a mockery and clown for the numbers. How you love me, but resent me. I know does how you move differently. When I was up, you would come swiftly. It's no love in the industry. I'm broken, but I'm still dripping. Get turned up till my cup empty. Number one, I'm the MVP. I bet it all on the mug against me. I done seen high, I done seen low. Blackjack shooting craps in casino. Brother Dodgers and eyes from the chemo. When I win with my friends, that shit memo. Pray to God and I always mean well. Rockin' pearls under pressure, seashell. West side throwing dubs in the air.